It's an industry worth £40 billion. It makes the morning commute just that little bit more bearable and has young girls screaming themselves into hysterics. The pop industry and its phenomenon have been around for generations. My name's Daisy, and in this series I'll be taking a look at how to make the next big pop star. We'll be speaking to those who know the popular formula that seems to work oh so well. In just 6 weeks, because I have made the next big thing. So it seems that all successful pop music has a popular formula. So if we're talking in scientific terms, we're saying quite a bit of good looks. Young girls really need to fancy them. We're talking probably about 20 millilitres of really average pop music. Good enough for drunken people to dance in a club to. And we're talking just a dash of talent, the least important. And quite a lot of glittery PR. Mix it together into this really gross, greeny brown mixture. And there you have it, the popular formula. It was time to commence the journey. I headed down to the hustle and bustle in Oxford Street to rally up some people to audition. Get involved. Too old. You're never too old. Come on. Yeah? This is Regent Street. Do you want to be a pop star? Well, we're here. I didn't always get the right response, but eventually a number of people did sign up. You want to be a pop star? Everyone wants to be a pop star. It's easy. Time to kick off the auditions. The room was booked, the crew were ready, and I couldn't wait to find the pop star of the future. But where were they? So no one turned up. Wait around? Wait around. After some waiting, 22-year-old AJ Starr, yes, the AJ Starr from London, arrived, and he definitely gave us what we wanted.
I didn't get along with people much. I was pretty much afraid of everything, even just to go outside my house. I was the one that's always getting picked on a lot and things like this. So I mean, like, yeah, pretty much it was like a lonely high school experience. Music is my life because that's where I feel the hurt, the ups and downs. So yeah, I guess music is my life. I hope to inspire other people to go for their dreams, because yeah, dreams is another form of reality if you just believe. I mean, like, fame and this is not really for me. I'm just here for my ambition. But to make it as a singer, not to sound egotistical, but I'm a guy that would, like Katy Perry, she doesn't want to just stand in the crowd. She wants to shine. Yeah, basically like a firework, you know? Do I start?
Yeah, start whenever you're ready.
Alright. Okay. I'm going to use my phone because I'm not very good at acapella, so... Okay, here we go. This is You Somebody by Kings of Leon. I've been roaming around, always looking down at all I see. Been in faces, fear the places I can reach. Oh man. No, I could use somebody. No, I could use somebody.
He was perfect. It was now just a case of telling him what he was letting himself in for.
Right, so I'm just giving Aaron a call. Going to ask him to be our pop star. That might be a no, I don't know.
Later on, we had some luck. We told him he was our pop star and he agreed to let us mould him into a pop god.
Hi, my name's Daisy.
But there wasn't any time to waste. I was busy arranging interviews with some pop music experts to help shoot AJ Starr into the galaxy and beyond. I carried on late into the night, and the following day I travelled to speak to some industry experts. They could tell me more about what exactly I was letting myself in for and give me some behind the microphone advice. First up, all brother band Next of Kin. They told me how the success started for them.
I won Guitarist of the Year when I was 12 because I found out that I was quite good at playing guitar, and my dad pushed me in that direction. So I ended up in a guitar shop where a manager came down, and obviously he was a scout off of talent and stuff like that.
Only 24 hours to go.
That manager just so happened to work for Universal Records and gave them a record deal, prompting the release of their debut single, 24 Hours From You.
We ended up with a number 13 in the charts. Did the Smash Hits tour. We did the Boyzone tour. We toured with Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys.
Although it wasn't all a plain sailing journey to stardom, the manager couldn't decide where to take the band, and consequently, they were dropped.
It just fell apart. The manager then basically took everything from us, financially. Mum and Dad lost their house, and that was it. We were left with 80 grand tax bills each.
I was 13, wasn't it?
You were like
12. 12, yeah.
No,
Once you're out, you're out.
Everyone,
you have to fight for yourself.
Yeah.
Luckily, there was some light at the end of the tunnel for the roller coaster journey that Next of Kin were on.
It was late 2012 when I suddenly got an email from Sony, and can you come for a meeting? So we were like, brilliant, they've recognised our music and stuff that's on YouTube. So we're sitting in these offices, and these guys were like, we love your music, we think you're brilliant, blah 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 blah. Would you do X Factor?
And they did. This year, the nation saw the return of the Essex Trio as they auditioned for the X Factor and performed a song written by their mum.
And as you boarded the train, I can still feel the pain. You were leaving. You were leaving.
They did get through to boot camp, but sadly this was the end of their X Factor journey.
Just keeps getting better, yeah.
Next of Kin showed me how difficult making it in the pop world can be. But wait a minute, where did it all begin? Welcome along to Daisy's History of Pop Music. The term popular music was coined in the mid-1920s. Frank Sinatra is considered the first ever pop star, personifying all the pop star qualities we know today, starring in movies, releasing albums and taking his music on tour. And he was considered a huge sex symbol. In the late 1950s, the man we know as the King topped the charts with his hit single, Jailhouse Rock. Just like Frank Sinatra, Elvis Presley was a major celebrity. Everything about him was unique. The way he dressed, the way he danced, even the way he spoke.
First of all, I plead innocent of all charges.
John Lennon, Ringo Starr, Paul McCartney and George Harrison formed the rock band known simply as the Beatles in 1960. By 1963, they had already had 3 number ones. This period became known as the British Invasion, where British music began to successfully cross the Atlantic. 1964 saw the birth of the Jackson 5. An international sensation, they were known for their afros, dance moves and of course their music. Michael, though, was their main attraction and quickly stood out as a colossal star in his own right. His album Thriller remains the most successful to date, with over 50 million copies sold. The 1970s saw the rise of disco pop and artists such as Bee Gees, Elton John and ABBA. The creation of MTV in the 1980s helped the likes of Madonna, Lionel Richie and Prince rule the charts. A collaboration of 3 music producers formed what's known as the Hit Factory. Stock, Aitken and Waterman launched the careers of Kylie Minogue, Rick Astley and Bananarama, to name but a few. By the time the 90s rolled around, it was all about the pop bands. Destiny's Child, the Spice Girls and Backstreet Boys exploded in popularity. And there was you thinking it all started with Nicki Minaj. So now I just need to find out how to put myself into the pop music history books. I met up with music producer Stephen Williams. Stephen has worked with many established pop artists, including Rick Astley, Human League and Jason Donovan. He explains that there is more to music than we might think.
It's not only Miles Davis said, it's not what you play, it's what you don't play. And it's those spaces that make the notes matter. It's between the notes which also matter as much as the notes.
Stephen explains how the space between the notes is also important in making a great pop song.
Take for example, what was that number 1? Royals by Lorde. You hear that and you think there's going to be something else happening. But no, it's I don't know if you know the track, but it's her singing and it's just like some claps and a kick.
I've never seen a diamond in the flesh.
It's very spacious. And the space between notes can also be the reverb as well.
And we'll never be royals.
Another element to consider is that the musician must be passionate about the music.
I think James Arthur's got an amazing voice. I think his last track really let him down. I think it had no passion at all. I think it had all the elements of great passion, but just didn't have passion.
We're falling down, but I'm loving how it tastes. I look around for desire, love run away.
I still need to know how a pop song becomes that hit record. David Brandt, also a pop music producer, had success with a band which launched the career of Alicia Dixon.
My biggest hits were with a girl band, an urban girl band called Mystique, back in the early noughties. I started working with them in 1999, and a friend of mine who was their manager at the time put them together. And I just so happened to have a track which eventually became Why.
We've always been so close together, doing things that only best friends do. Always there for one another, through the bad times and the good.
I just had this backing track lying around, which I'd found this new flamenco guitar sample, oddly enough, on my sampler, and I kind of did this Latino R&B kind of thing, which at the time, which was the flavour, because No Scrubs had come out at the time. There's an old saying that I always chuck around, don't know who invented it, but don't bore us, get to the chorus. And the simpler the chorus, or more nursery rhymey the chorus, the better.
Although David wasn't too optimistic that we can make AJ a star.
6 weeks. Blimey. You need to plough a lot of money into it for it really to hit home, because that's the way the industry works these days. Unless it becomes viral on the internet.
Oh, it doesn't have to be freaking 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes.
AJ and I then got together to find a song, and it wasn't going too well. Hire songwriters, yes! Right, we're on this. We're on the right path now. I would have thought there would be so many songs that people would be like...
I wrote a song already.
Lonely, 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 lonely. Kiss me, I'm so lonely, 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 lonely. Breathe me, I'm so lonely, 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 lonely.
Okay, so he's carrying on. I'm not sure about that song. Wait. Okay, we've got an email. Gonna hi.
Shit.
Really nice to hear from you. It's really great. Thanks. We got a song.
Nice.
Yeah, we got to go doing a song. Boom.
Yeah.
Someone had agreed to write a song. So that evening, I sent AJ off to get the song recorded with music producer James. Next time on The Popular Formula, We film AJ's music video, and we find out what the public think of AJ Styles.
And try to cut you until you can't stay. I waste another moment. I still feel my dreams are alive.